Hello there, and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm, of course, George. Welcome along to the channel, everybody. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. In today's video, we're talking about Rasmus Kristensen. Are you excited to see Rasmus back? I know a lot of people aren't, but Leeds United are priming themselves for the return of the Danish international, of course, on show in the Euro 2024 against England, of course, next Thursday. Also, Matteo Joseph has chosen to play in the Olympics in France. We'll cover it in this video now. Enough of that then, let's get on with it. So we're talking mainly about Rasmus Kristensen. I know a lot of people, I'm interested to hear what people want to say and discuss about this player. Because I know there's been a little bit of noise around his name over the last couple of days, and whether he's indeed going to come back to Leeds, follow his teammate still, isn't he, in Brendan Aronson, and returning from a loan spell to come and play for Leeds in the Championship in 2024-25 season. Like I say, there's a little bit of noise going around, surrounding Rasmus's name. So I just thought I'd jump on, see what everybody's thoughts are on Kristensen and whether you would like to see him involved next season. Let me know in the comments there below, and I'm going to give my opinion personally as well here. Look, Rasmus didn't have the best season at all in the Premier League. Obviously, Leeds as a club, we had a horrendous season as well. We got relegated, obviously. Rasmus played 26 times and scored 3 goals. They're all pretty late in the season. His goals, I think one, if I remember correctly, was a very much a deflected effort. He scored that. The deflected effort was against Newcastle, wasn't he? I can't really remember the other 2, actually. If I'm being completely honest, anybody in the comments, let me know. But I think a lot of people here just want to forget Kristensen even played for Leeds, and I think it's a little bit harsh in my opinion. Look, I think Kristensen is coming back to Leeds. That's why there's so much talk about it. About this possibility, because you look at the other players, in particular, the likes of Mark Rocker, who hasn't really been spoken about at all, who looks like he's going to go back out on loan. Jack Harrison also looks like he's going to go back out on loan. But I suppose these guys don't have loan clauses this time in their contracts. It was only, I think, in the first season where the likes of Kristensen had an option to exercise a loan move away from Leeds, and that's what he did. He went to Roma. He's believed to have disappointed Leeds United and people, high up at the club and connected with the club in terms of moving away. And I think they initially thought when we got relegated that Rasmus was going to stay at Leeds and fight in the Championship. He decided otherwise. And there were reports last summer that he actually paid for his own flight to Rome. I know, shock horror, paying for your own flight to a destination, but these things don't seem to happen with football players. Obviously, I think clubs will generally fork out for flights to and from destinations where potentially a deal is to be done. So there were reports saying that he paid for his own flight there. Who knows how true this was? And why there's, like I said, there's so much talk going on. I think he's going to come back in, and whether you like it or not, I think that's it's regardless, isn't it, really? Because it's not a point really, because they will do what they want to do. And if Rasmus comes back, I'm sure everybody will support him. I'm sure there'll be people that'll be very, very disappointed. And this is what I want to gauge in this video, really, because he has had a lot of criticism from not only the Italian press, but also the Danish press as well, in terms of his performances while he was on loan in Roma in Serie A in Italy. 29 appearances in all in the Serie A, in the Italian Serie A last season. 1 goal, 1 assist. The goal came as a deflected effort. I think it won the game against Sassuolo. And I did a video, was it last week or a couple of weeks ago, suggesting about the loan players, who's going to come back, who's going to go out. And I've got to admit, I think that Aronson, Kristensen, and Max Vober will be the 3 that come back into this squad. And in my opinion, they can only make things better. I know he's had a poor season at Roma. He had a poor season with Leeds beforehand. He did have a fantastic season with Salzburg in the Austrian League in 21-22 season, where he got 10 goals and 4 assists, which was, where potentially was at his peak of his powers, Rasmus, and riding on a wave, that obviously saw Leeds sign him in the end. Those 3 lads would be, reunited again. Obviously, having all played for Salzburg, all played for Leeds, and then reunited again at Leeds in 24-25. Max Vober is absolute massive pals with Rasmus. He talked about him being his neighbour, I think, when he first signed and all that kind of thing. And I think when he first signed, and then I think he was his neighbour. He's followed him around. He's had a similar sort of career to, I think he played with him in Amsterdam, in Ajax as well, then Salzburg, then Leeds. So, they're good pals. And I expect to see those boys lining up for us come the start of the season, if I'm absolutely honest. I don't think many people will fork out for the money that Kristensen might Leeds might demand. And I think Leeds wanted him to be there last season. So I think we're giving the opportunity, they'll convince him again to come back and play. This time I think it will be successful. And you can say it's because nobody else wants him, because this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, if he's playing for us and he's there, just support the man for goodness sake. There's been a lot of criticism of him, and just let him play. Look at Firpo, and I know there's an interview going around on the Yorkshire Evening Post, which Graham Smythe and Joe Donoghue have done, and I think Joe Donoghue has made the comparison to Firpo's season last season, where he did so well in the Championship, where he did poorly in the Premier League, and people didn't want to know him, really wanted him out of Leeds United, and he came back, did a good season last season. Hopefully he can continue that and we can win promotion this time. So hopefully that's going to happen, and we'll wait and see on that one. But let me know in the comments there below. I think he can return, have a good season, and people can forget about the nightmare he had when we got relegated. Same with Aronson, and for me, same with Max Vober as well. But let's wait and see. Give me your thoughts in the comments there below. And obviously, we will see, like I said at the top, Kristensen is in the squad for Denmark. Can he add to his 21 caps for his country in Germany? Maybe. I mean, he'll come up against England on Thursday, so we might get an opportunity to see what he's like again firsthand in that game. Although I don't think he's a starter nowadays for Denmark. But yeah, and any Roma fans as well who find themselves watching this, let me know your thoughts on Rasmus. How did he do, in your opinion, for your club last season? I know you had 2 of our boys. There is Diego Llorente as well, who nobody has spoke about, but I think that is a sign as well that I think they will try and get rid of Diego. He hasn't played for us for about 18 months now. I don't envision him playing, any part in next season. I think he'll be gone. But I do think likes of Vober, Kristensen will follow Aronson and committing themselves to this season at least for Leeds United, which in my opinion can only be a good thing. Now, the next news is, just to end the video on, really, I won't touch on it too much, but it's news that Matteo Joseph has decided to represent his country, Spain, in the upcoming Olympic Games in France this coming summer. The football tournament itself kicks off on the 24th of July and runs to the 10th of August, meaning that whoever we line up against on the first game of the season, Mateo won't be there potentially if Spain get there to the finals and go far in the tournament. I don't know who's going to be favourites here for that one. What's going to happen? Obviously, England aren't well, the UK aren't anywhere near it here. They're not involved. Spain are in a group with Uzbekistan, Egypt, and Dominican Republic. I don't think Junior Firpo will be involved, but I don't know at this stage. Obviously, it's just I've seen reports saying that Mateo Joseph has pinned his colours to the country of his birth. Obviously, did swap to England for a short time, and then has decided to go back to representing Spain, and he has done under in youth level football, and now he's going to represent his country at an Olympic Games. But it's just the news that he will potentially, if Spain get far in the competition, he will miss the sort of opening game, or maybe 2 games probably. If they get to the final, he'll need to recoup, won't he? So maybe he misses the opening few games of the season, but Mateo has a big part to play in this season, in my opinion. He really does. I think he'll be, he'll have a lot more game time this season, hopefully, than he did last season. Showed what he was made of last season, particularly in that FA Cup game at Stamford Bridge in, when was it, February time maybe. He really showed what he could do. And every time I've seen him, looks really, really energetic, really like he can affect the game. And I don't understand why Farke's not really used him too much up until this point. But I think next season, that's his time to shine, and we'll see a lot more of him, as well as this man behind me as well, like I said. But let me know your thoughts on everything there in the comments there below. Remember to like the video, like I said. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one. I'll leave you with the music for a short time. Thanks a lot. See you on the next one.